step forward.
Welcome to another episode of the Then and Now podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. To the left of me, I have Lelouch V. To the right of me, I have Professor E. King of the Comics, Ethan Murphy. How are y'all doing today, brothers?
I'm pretty good. Especially good considering what we're here to do. You know what I'm saying? So I need to see if they did it right this time because they didn't last time. Yeah.
He was positive. He did start positive. It was very toward negativity, but it came back. I am right there with Otis. I'm good, and I'm hoping this trailer is really good too. I saw a little bit of the buzz online about it, so I'm psyched. I'm hyped. How you feeling there, Dev?
It's gonna be some heat. There are too many people I know that I respect their opinions. I've seen them hype about this shit. I'm like, all right, let's see how this shit goes. It's about to be hot.
Yeah,
but for people that don't know, Black Panther 2 has dropped an official trailer. Marvel got to stop with like them 15 teaser trailers and then the official trailer. We can only react to like so many. I'm not reacting to 15 teaser trailers. I'm sorry, that's crazy. But yeah, we have the official one. I guess that has actually plot points of the movie that are in it, with all the other stuff. But let's go get started. Okay, shit we've seen. Okay.
Yeah, Angela Bassett still.
So we know officially, yes, T'Challa is going to be dead in the MCU.
Only the most broken people.
What is next?
Yeah, he's actually dead. Even the cinematography looks better, like how it was.
Yeah, editing. They had time to edit shit.
Music they put on the Snapchat filter.
His people did not call him general or king. They called him Kukul Khan, the feather serpent god. Killing him.
Yeah, they can fly.
So they are making him be able to fly. Thank God.
He's coming for the surface world.
Okay.
Damn.
We know what you whisper.
This music is hitting.
Yeah, I know, right?
Now is our time to strike.
Yeah, so they have Ironheart.
Show them who we are.
All right, they're gonna show. Yeah, okay. Or she's a woman.
So we know it's a woman.
Yeah. Don't mind if I do get tickets now.
Okay. Already going to go see this with the Wakanda Lounge. So shout out to Andy, you know.
Yeah, he was.
But okay, yeah, I'm with it. I'm with we officially know that it is a female Black Panther. We can speculate on who exactly is in there. My guess is Shuri. My hope is Shuri.
They showed her right before in the frame right before he dropped.
It makes the most sense, but that's not. You can't say definitive. You can't.
It's not this. Yeah, we can. They did literally alluded to it in the scene right before the Black Panther drops in. They have a whole scene of her there.
Yes,
I right to it.
Fair, but it makes the most sense. I'm not saying it doesn't make sense, but it's when you assume things. Like, what if they could have also had it where she was standing there in the suit and the mask came back and showed her face? They chose not to do that. They still chose to not definitively show who's in the suit just yet. So that's all I'm saying.
I think they've announced it already. I think I'll be in accord. I think I seen Nick post about it. I don't know if they announced it or if you saw it from the trailer, but like across the internet, it's pretty unanimous. I hope she say it's her, and I haven't seen any fight back or flack or anyone like suggesting otherwise.
Sure, I hope. It makes sense.
But I mean, this is probably the best one to go with, honestly.
Yeah. I think ultimately, we're talking about it now.
Okay.
I think ultimately it makes the most sense, and the fans will accept it the most.
It depends on what standpoint you're approaching this from, because, yes, from a viewer standpoint, obviously Shuri makes the most sense. from a business standpoint, does she? Like, if you're trying to you're trying to draw more people to this series, like, who do you is she the biggest name out of the options that are there? Like, you know, you have Okoye, you have I forgot what Lupita's character.
Lupita Nyong'o.
Her character name now.
I'll add it in post, I guess. I'll add it in post.
She's probably the biggest name out of all those people. Like,
Right.
even like people know her overall. Like, even Namor coming out. I think the only person she's not a bigger name than is maybe Angela Bassett and maybe boy Winston Duke, and that's a 50-50 maybe. I don't know, depending on which, if you like them
I've
all.
seen her in multiple leads in movies. I've seen Winston Duke as a side in one, other than Black Panther recently. Like, I haven't seen him in a lot of lead roles.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, I see what you're both saying, and I think ultimately Angela Bassett, because she's Oscar winner and everything, she was the top. However, for this generation, for y'all's generation, for the upcoming viewers and stuff, she doesn't mean nearly as much to them. Also, she's way too old. She's way too old. It's like, why would you make the Black Panther older?
It's the generation under me, maybe. Like, I know people in my, like, she's like approaching like Sam Jackson kind of sphere, where like people may not know exactly everything she's done, but she's appreciated, I guess, at least the Black people in my age group that I talk to on a daily basis and that I've seen and I've interacted with.
Yeah, but it's you got to remember, these things are meant to still be 4-quadrant movies. It's not just for one demographic. It's not just for Black folks. It's meant to be for as many people as possible, man. So
it looks like they're doubling down on that, though.
But as cool as Angela Bassett is, I love Angela Bassett. I mean, I've seen pretty much all of her movies, I think, and she's great. I love her, but I don't think it logistically makes sense. You want to have, also the whole idea is you have the youth so they can grow into these characters and last longer. That's what they got Tom Holland as Spider-Man. He's only 20 or whatever, or 18. So it's like it's the idea you want to have young people with these roles so they can be around for a longer part of the franchise.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah, Letitia Wright is not as big a name as Angela Bassett overall, but as far as logistically, she does make more sense. And she does have, Letitia Wright is an up-and-coming star. She was just in that Death on the Nile movie. She's obviously been in some Black Mirror episodes. I'm sure she has other projects too. She is making a name for herself, and her character Shuri was a big fan fave in both Black Panther and of course in Infinity War too. So the fans. It's the same thing with back in the day. I know both y'all remember when they killed off Jason Todd and they brought on my boy Mr. Drake, aka Otis East. The fans were like, how are we going to actually, they were trying to figure out how did they bring in a new Robin, and the best way to do it was making sure that the other characters approved of them in the first place. Clearly, everyone there in Wakanda knows Shuri, like Shuri. All the fans of these movies like Shuri too. It's a lot easier to bring a new person in the mantle if everyone's already a fan of them.
It's hard to argue that. I mean, she got the world saying colonizer now. Like, she started that.
I mean.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I want to disagree or agree because I feel like somebody's gonna pull some fucking historical fact. I'm excited though. It's gonna be dope. The action's gonna be dope. I'm glad they're kind of keeping keeping things as close to comic accurate as possible when it comes to Namor. Like he's flying, things of that nature. I'm interested to see how the Mayan aspect and Aztec aspect comes into play there. Because it seems like they're playing into that really hard with his character, and I don't think that's been a thing with him before in the past. I don't think Atlantis has been tied to Aztec or Mayan culture at all, which makes sense because if you look at the Mayans and the Aztecs, like they just kind of disappeared. So it'd be interesting to see, like, oh yeah, they disappeared and went to the fucking ocean or whatever else.
Part of Atlantis, cool. Yeah,
right.
And then I also appreciate, like, you know, it's a blend of cultures here instead of I mean, of course. I love seeing all of us in Black Panther original, that because I mean the costume design is literally award winning. We know that, but seeing us stand together with another group is also nice too.
Together?
I mean, well, you know how it's going to go. Yeah. They're going to start off fighting, and by the end, they're going to be best of friends. You know how this movie goes.
But even as far as the collaboration.
For them to destroy your whole city and drown it, I don't know if they're gonna be best friends for a minute. I think it's gonna be, and I guess they're gonna be like, it's gonna be like the Kree and the Skrull is what I'm assuming going forward for a while at least.
It may be. Well, one thing it may be that way. It's possible, but we all know that that obviously Namor Submariner is a hero, more or less a hero in the Marvel
More of an anti-hero.
comics, or even an anti-hero, but he was still part of the Illuminati and everything. So he's still recognized more as a force for good than a force for evil for the most part. And him and Black Panther are both in the Illuminati at a time too. So they, even though they may have their beef or whatnot, they do work together.
They were technically there, but they technically weren't. Because Black Panther initially he declined the first request, and then the second time he allowed them to meet there so he could see what the fuck was going on. He didn't formally accept any invitation. Namor was the same way too. They both they didn't join the Illuminati. They were watching them because they got invited, and they were like, "All right, I'm not gonna join, but I don't trust you, so I'm gonna see what the fuck you're doing." So as long as it doesn't involve my places.
They were at least on friendly enough terms to be in the same room with one another. So I'm not sure. And also I imagine because Namor is such a big character, eventually this is kind of they'll probably give him a movie down the road too, or they want to have him around. Mm-hmm. They want to have this kind of, because I'm thinking about this in the MCU, how many prominent Latin American characters are there of any kind?
It's like 4.
Not including Namor, because he wasn't even Native American to start with.
No, I know, but I mean,
that's crazy.
Latin American.
Latin American.
Echo.
American Chavez.
Well, no,
Electra.
Echo's Native American.
Echo's Native American. No,
Native American, yeah.
Oh my goodness, I was definitely almost.
Electra.
Electra's
Robbie Reyes.
Electra's Greek. Greek is not the same as Latin American.
Yeah.
Oh, she's Greek. Okay, I thought she was Spanish. I thought she was Spanish.
Robbie Reyes.
Robbie Reyes. Now the thing is, Robbie Reyes has he been in the MCU?
No, he's not in the MCU.
And that's what I'm saying. In the MCU,
I am praying they put him in instead of fucking.
Oh, for the Midnight
Blaze.
Yeah.
I'm cool either way. Honestly, you can put them both in. There's like a million Ghost Riders that are active at the same time.
True.
That's true. There are.
But I want Robbie.
Yeah, Robbie. He's a fan.
At least Robbie. If you do both, cool. But give me Robbie.
I think he will, because they put him in that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is supposed to be kind of connected to it. But what I'm saying is, right now, currently in the MCU, all we have is America Chavez, I believe. It's like we need more. We all need more Latin American representation. Why not have it? Give it to us. So for them to actually only have him in one movie, to have Namor only in one movie as a villain and get killed off or nowhere, it's like, that's insanely stupid. They wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't want him killed off, but I definitely don't want him just joining the heroes outright. Like,
no,
I feel like he'd follow the formula. I'd rather him be more like with Black Panther. They kind of went against the grain with him, because they want him to lead the Avengers and be the face and all that stuff. But in reality, like when it comes to comics and things of that nature, he led them at a point in time. But usually he's like, y'all do y'all. I'm over here. If you need backup for anything that involves my city or my place, then I'll help. But besides that, fuck y'all, leave me alone.
Right.
He kind of keeps himself. I don't even be a villain per se, but I need him not to just like be on board, just like, hey, happy go lucky. Especially with him like drowning Wakanda, I don't need them to be like buddy. But for this entire phase, they need to have smoke for this entire phase. You're not gonna drown my city and be at war and then expect me to get along with you like right away. I need like years.
What it looks like possibly happening too is they're both framed in a way to go to war with each other. They're both victims of someone else's machinations. That's my theory. I don't know, obviously.
So you still pulled the trigger.
But what I'm saying is, like, it doesn't. If you realize, hey, if let's say that Otis is whispering a whole bunch of negativity towards you, and you in your ear and in my ear, so we fight each other and we find out, oh wait a minute, this stuff wasn't true. Otis was trying to make us fight each other. You and I might still not be the best of friends, but we realize we're actually not really enemies. Otis is trying to set us up against each other, and we work together to try to stop Otis. That's what I'm saying is possible.
What I'm saying, even if Otis set that up, if I burned your house down and beat the fuck out of you, even if we know he set us up, I still burned your house down. You're just gonna feel some type of way about that. You may not hate me to the same extent, but you're not gonna fuck with me at all. We're not gonna be friends.
Right.
But that's all I'm saying. I don't need them to be buddy, right? Because in the MCU, it's always like we fight and make up immediately. I'm like, why the fuck are y'all?
That's true.
I feel like
I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want them to be like buddy. Also, Namor's personality, he is kind of an asshole. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't want him.
Reed Richards knows that.
He's an asshole too in the comic. What are you talking about?
True.
But, Reed, Namor, and T'Challa have always been the asshole. They respect each other, but they've been assholes to each other. Like they do not.
Yeah, they don't get along. Yeah, they do not get along, and they're all in the Illuminati. But the thing about it is that I agree with you. I don't want them to be buddy, but I want them to be amicable enough to not still be warring with each other by the end of this. I want them to be like, yeah, you stay on your side, I'll stay on my side, and that's kind of keep our own distance. Like, because I do want Namor and Submariner to have his own flick in some capacity. Come back.
At the very least, in the next Avengers level event that comes to the MCU, I'll feel like Namor and Black Panther will be fighting together there. I might not be happy about it, but
right,
that's
that could be even more dope actually. If they're like full blown like Bakugo and Deku, where they're like, yeah, we're not friends, but we know we have to work together enough to get shit done. That can work.
And that's even going into like Letitia's right character. T'Challa was the more amicable, like friendly one. I don't know. I guess I don't. We'll see where her character goes this movie and kind of arc they kind of pan out for. But going off the previous movies, she was like more so jaded and like fuck them white folks. Like it's me and Wakanda only. I don't really fuck with the outside world like that. They looked at T'Challa like, why do you want to be out there with them? Like your people are here. Yeah. So she may be more of the Malcolm X to T'Challa's Malcolm. MLK.
Yeah. We do know. I mean, she is out in the regular world. We saw it was a clip of her in Okoye in regular clothes in there. So she has some type of interaction with the rest of the world. We just don't know to what level.
Right. Yeah. And the other thing too is we have to address the Woman King came out last month or what have you. This movie, of course. We want it to be at least as good with the action and everything as the Woman King was. Even a couple same faces in it. So.
They got Marvel money and Marvel choreographer. Oh, they got the money to have the best. They had the money to have the best choreography possible.
They had that with Black Panther 1 too.
They've had it with a lot of other movies though. They've had good choreography in the movies. And some we all agree that Shang-Chi had great fighting scenes.
Mm-hmm.
They had the money for that. Like they got the money to have the best possible. And I think with Ryan Coogler directing this and having the hands around this, I think he just got better as a director. Like he gets better as time goes on in general.
Well, yes, he does. But also, there's something you mentioned during the trailer. They had a lot of time to work on this because of the pandemic and everything else. Mm-hmm. And it shows the effects, the cinematography, everything looks a lot better around than it did the first time. A lot better. So
he had to rewrite the whole damn thing. They shot and rewrote the whole thing and reshot and
2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I'm excited. Even like going back to even like the Namor movie, like for people that don't know, like Atlantis and Wakanda have been beefing for generations. They so I think they're establishing this now, and part of his origin movie is going to still be him beefing with maybe T'Chaka, like maybe to be a throwback. I don't know how old they're going to have Namor be in this movie because in actual like comics he's old as shit. But we'll see. I want to be a little older because if that's the case, then you can have a prequel where he's fighting T'Chaka and you can cast somebody to be an older T'Chaka. You can have fun with it if you do that.
That's what I'm saying. I do. It'd be such a squandered opportunity to get rid of him and not use him more and other stuff. Because I did not see when Feige and all them are doing the whole phase 5 and 6 and whatnot of all the upcoming movies. I didn't see a Namor one in there, but I could have missed it. I don't know.
They might have intentionally hid it just so you quote unquote don't know the plot of this movie. But yeah,
either that or they're gonna slide his movie in with somebody else's movie probably, or like a show, or maybe he gets a show in the future. I don't know.
Now, one thing I like too is how they are still making it does feel, you're right, that he's meant to be somewhat of the antagonist in this film, Dev, and they can seem like an antagonist. Like if my mom saw this trailer, she would have no idea who Namor is, and as far as she knows, he'd be the villain. He might as well be Darth Vader. There's a part where he's flying down ominously like a god. He's doing these things. He seems very evil in a great way, and we don't hear him speak. We don't hear him being kind. Perfect. That's what we want from this trailer. That's a good thing. It didn't give a whole bunch of things away, honestly. Not my opinion.
Yeah, it's good. At least going off of what I believe to be the case, because at least going off like up until this point, at least with this phase, Marvel has been fairly comic accurate stuff, and it seems as though this is going to be the adaptation of the Phoenix Force one, where it was a buildup of them having smoked for so long, and then Namor got the Phoenix Force powers and was like, you know what, fuck Wakanda, I'm drowning all this shit, and then he just drowned it all. So I'm going to assume they may have a lot of the backstory, like flashbacks within this movie. I don't know the runtime for it. They'll probably spend like 15, maybe 20 minutes of like a backstory. Yeah.
This ain't gonna be short.
So man, his origin movie may be within this movie, honestly.
Yeah, it may be more about Namor. I mean, because of the big ones are obviously Namor, Letitia Wright or Shuri, and Ironheart. Because we saw Ironheart briefly. That's clearly Ironheart. You can't have Riri Williams not have any kind of an introduction in this, so
how the fuck does she play this? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like,
that's the excellent question that I have.
She's American.
Isn't she from Brooklyn or something? It's some part of New York she's from.
Yeah.
Well, Maybe they changed it to be because I know that at the end of the first Black Panther movie, when T'Challa
that
brought
makes
everybody
perfect
over,
sense.
he made sure he like the ambassador of Wakanda or some shit like that, or like the technological department.
So it could be that that Riri got caught into one of her programs, and
That's
that makes
that makes the most sense.
That
makes a lot of sense. Actually, makes a lot of
But that was
sense.
in LA, so unless they change where she's from, or
Well,
unless
they also could have set up more. I mean, she
Probably,
could be from LA,
yeah.
or they could have set up more other places besides just that one.
That's true. That's true.
This is something that we haven't done in a while, but I want to ask you guys. You have a pre-prediction on what this movie is going to be, like a pre-grade.
It's gonna be a 10 for me. It's the event, how dope it's gonna be. They're gonna they have to really fuck this up, and I don't think Ryan Coogler will ever fuck up this movie because he knows how big this is gonna be.
Yeah, the last time we did this, I think it was with the Matrix. And I had to watch a bunch of Bleach episodes. So I'm gonna be cautious. I'm gonna be very cautious and just say,
Mama ain't raised no bitch. Come on now.
I'll go Price is Right rules and make it like a solid 8.
That's mine. I think it's gonna be 8.
Solid 8. I think there's no. This looked amazing. I know, like you said, Coogler stepped up his game with filmmaking and everything like that. He clearly got the best DPs. That music is fantastic. I'm not sure if Lamar is doing Kendrick Lamar is doing the music again, but I know it's gonna be a real fun experience. I hope the story hits as well. I hope Namor hits. I'm not familiar with the actor. So I really, really do hope it hits. But here's part of the problem, y'all. If we go in there with expectations beyond our mama's nuts, we're gonna get hurt. So I'm trying to temper it all.
I know it better be an 8. If it's not an 8, I'm gonna talk shit for a minute.
Okay,
It's gonna be. I think it'll be a 10. I think at worst it'll be a 9. From whatever I haven't seen anything like I can critique harshly about it yet. Usually with other Marvel trailers, there's something you can critique as far as like, we're not sure about the quality here, or this actor here, or this. Literally, at least you have to dig deep to find some negative shit up to say about what you've seen so far, to the characters introduced so far, even the way they're portrayed. I think this will probably be the best MCU movie yet.
I felt the same way about BP, the original. Like I thought that was going to be stellar, and it was a 7 for me.
The thing about
7.
Even the BP1, there's a part where it shows the car flipping over in the original trailer, and people are like, oh, and I remember thinking, wow, that's a lot of rough looking CGI and stuff. I'm going in with high expectations. I'm going with a really clip.
It better be good. That's
Go ahead.
It better be good. That's all I'm saying.
You don't promote this shit the way you promoted it, and have this thing be a talking point for like this has been besides No Way Home, this has been like the movie that's been hyped up for like years now. Even when it was speculated on, people have been talking about this shit.
Yeah, well, there's so many things around it too. It's obviously with chadwick boseman passing, and it's like it's a lot. It's a lot, and in all fairness too, they have a lot of weight, a lot of pressure on them. So it's a lot to deal with. And Coogler, of course, can handle. He's a great director. He's a great team around him. It's not just him by himself, obviously, but it's a lot for them to deal with. And I hope that it is a good film. I really do.
I'm excited, but you guys have any other thoughts on the trailer?
It better be good.
Yeah, it better be good. So, are we doing wagers here? Are we doing? I mean, I had to watch a bunch of Bleach, man. Are we doing?
I mean,
are there any? We all think it's gonna be good though. I'm just like, what can we?
There's not even a.
There is.
Okay, go ahead.
No, because what I was gonna say is y'all coming out here about a month after this movie drops, right? To see me. We're all gonna hang out together. We can do a bunch of things in person together. As far as if someone's bet goes down the wrong way. So if y'all want to wager, we can wager for real. Not money, but I mean something else.
You'd be disappointed if you wager money. You're gonna be highly disappointed.
Yeah, we all know what's going on here.
I'm expecting it to be an 8. And that's a me 8, like not like a regular nice person's 8. Yeah, so I mean, and Charlie's expecting it to be a perfect 10. Yeah. So like, are we wagering to get this own perfection? Like we saying like, oh no, it can't be perfect.
Charlie's saying
then we're nitpicking like fuck. If we're at a 10, you're gonna nitpick. All this is gonna nitpick like a motherfucker just to come at me with that one. Right. That one we need like a fan consensus on that.
But it's based on you though. It's not based on us. If you still believe it got a 10, the thing is also we'll know if it's like. Like for example, like if it's a movie that's like subjective, it's like, well, I like this here. It's like, no. This has to be we're all like, yeah, that was fantastic. Because if that's the case, if we're all like, yeah, that was fantastic, then Dev will win and then Otis and I will both lose. basically. Or if it is like pretty, or if it is good but not great, but not perfect, then Otis and I will win and Dev will lose. So those are both
what you thinking, man?
We could just do like dinner or something, where because y'all gonna be out here in a month after the movie. Like
you look like chip challenges or some shit. Y'all do like a spicy hot sauce or some shit like that. Make the loser eat hot sauce or some shit.
Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll do that then. It'll be something about like a food challenge. It'll be a food. And actually, after the movie, we'll do another review, and we'll decide what who the winners, of course, were, and we'll decide what the actual wager was. But we have it documented now. There's a wager.
Sounds good to me.
So Disney, don't fuck us all the way up and make this bad, so we all lose. Please, I'm begging.
Don't do that.
I ain't gonna lie. If they fuck this up that bad, I'm done with the MCU.
Like for real, like seriously,
I'm done.
I am actually done. Not even a joke. Okay,
you have all the tools. You can't have this many tools and then build a broken down skateboard that can't go forward. What are you doing? So
skateboard that only goes in reverse. For sure, making that character.
We gotta have a scale for our scale as far as like 1 to 10. Like, so if it's a 1, it's literally a skateboard that goes backwards.
Yeah, no, it'll have to be somebody trying to ice skate uphill. That's what it is.
Yes, that's what it is. It's the Wesley Snipes scale. That's the Wesley Snipes scale. 1 is Wesley Snipes skating uphill. We get it. Animated.
Well, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. This has been another episode of the In and Out Podcast. Quarter journey. We'll see you guys next time.
They better be good, Disney. They better motherfucking be good.